well, this is the week's half over, and this is some of the shipments I got. Yes, I've been buying more stuff. A lot of t-shirts. All 3 of those boxes have a gas engine. Here's a hint. Pulse pounder, jackhammer, leaf blower. Box here full of just random stuff here. All kinds of stuff. Right full. I mean, I packed it. Everything comes in bags. I packed that in there. Toolbox organizers, you know what I mean, a poo-poo barking. But yeah, 3 more gas engines, and I think that's the last gas engine. I don't know, I lost count. How many of them did I get? Quite a few. And whose fault is it that I'm ordering all this stuff?
Whatever. Blame it on the old man.
Which YouTube channel is right there, but kind of hidden, Drive Shaft Drew. And it's his fault. But at the same time, my fault. I might have spent my tax return and then started getting free stuff and then more free stuff. Like the jackhammer, I think I paid $100, regular $200. The pulse pounder, I paid $50, regular $200. The leaf blower, I paid $12 for it, regular $100 and something. Exactly. So, I mean, I'm getting credits plus rebates plus everything. It's actually not costing me much. Like all these shirts here, there's like 12 shirts there, cost me $50.
And I got my shit coming too.
Oh yeah, he ordered just as much there, so yeah. He ordered just as much, if not more. He's been ordering for a year more than me. Yeah. But yeah, some of this stuff's going to end up in review videos. It's not the
Temu bug.
Yeah, the bug. I know. Maybe we should make a support group right here and do it every week.
Well, Auntie Jackie's stuck with it too. She's got the Temu bug as well.
Yeah.
And Lori's got the Temu bug.
Yeah, she does. You and her have sent me 4 invitations each today. My phone's been going nuts with invitations, like stuff being sent to me. Go out and play in the rain. Take a snack. Dog wants to go outside and play in the freaking muck and rain. And
yeah, hopefully this weather doesn't last very long.
Go outside. Go squirrel.
Yeah,
You're just going to eat it in here and stay inside. Okay. Yeah, but all kinds of different things. Like the stuff's even stacked under there. A bunch of plastic panels, nylon washers. That's a handlebar for a weed whacker. Rubber gloves, little bags, litter.
What are rubber gloves for, Curtis?
What?
What's the rubber gloves for?
Deer.
Doctor?
Hunting. Oh, so it is kind of doctor. I'm slicing up deers. I mean, I use them for automotive related too, but yeah, maybe I'll make a little bit more of a video on some of this. But like, here's your welding rods for aluminum that you could do with a torch. I have the big version of, what's it called? HST 2000. I can't remember. Or H something 2000. That stuff was awesome. But these are even smaller rods that might even be even better. So, and this was very cheap. I still got quite a few orders coming. Well, the bug hit me again. I got big box, bigger box, big box, and 2 boxes here, and this box. And yeah, it came from the same site. Yeah, so I got some stuff to go through, and in here there's 3 gas engines, I think. Yeah, you can get my Hoarding cheap Chinese stuff at a good price, hey? 3 boxes to open, but I just noticed thing. I think we lost some snow. How many pulls is this guy going to take to start? Do I? I bet you I could start it. Ew. Really? You poop on my logs? Only my log could be pooped on. Wait. Ew. Oh, this stuff looks like it stayed in one place during the winter. Huh. You know, it was funny during the winter watching the deer run through here, hit this, and land on their ass. Quite literally. So I'm going to have some probably dents on that stuff. Same with this. I was just thinking, yeah, that's probably not safe. I never thought about the animals running across it. They had run through here and through this. Yeah, that's a hoof snapper. I mean, same with all the other junk piles. I guess they should realize when there's snow, maybe just don't run through stuff they're not used to. I came out here the other day and there's a deer and it ran straight through that metal pile and somehow ran through it like nothing. Oh yeah, the reason I'm out here today is someone's going to come maybe pick up these 2 guys. Also have someone wanting that guy because I'm clearing out some junk, making some room for new junk. And still deciding if I want to add on to this guy, because that's where my opening would be to continue the garage, or if I want to redo the shed, or, well, I got to change the roof because polycarbonate got smashed during the winter or fall, I guess that was. I can't remember, summer. But yeah, wow. What a difference 1 week makes. Last week, this stuff all was still covered in snow. It is plus 18 outside and extremely warm. And just deciding what I want to move around, what I want to change. I have a antique slash swap meet coming up in the local park that I'm running, or hosting, I guess. So most of the stuff is not in good enough shape to really bring to that. So I don't know if I'll get involved in that stuff, but I got some cheap Chinese power equipment that I bought, as you guys seen, and I might buy some more of that. But kind of thinking now, I only bought one of each item, and I don't know if I want to sell it. So I got to go through this stuff. The idea is I used to buy and sell this stuff years ago. Finally broke off. I put that on there when I built the garage. But I put that stuff, or I used to buy and sell cheap Chinese stuff. But I'm talking like that was years and years ago. And I just wanted to see how the quality has changed compared to some of the first generation stuff that I have had. And it actually looks like it changed fairly decent, but it's a little cooler in here. Out there it's too warm to even wear a sweat top. I don't know. I gotta drain the fuel out of that heater, otherwise the hoses will probably rot and it'll probably start leaking. But I got a lot of shit to move around here. So far this is the only one that I have started, the broom. I've not started this guy, this guy, this guy, or this guy, or any of the others yet. But let's get this door open. Well, this guy hasn't been started now in, when was the last time I had to snowblow? Like a month, 3 months, 2 months. No, I don't know, something like that. Most of the time it was just melting pretty quick. So I'm gonna call it that's not stuck. We'll see. Is the battery? Oh, that started up easier than I thought it would. Get ready to turn it back on. Maybe I won't have to. Oh, is it going to? Okay. Well, hydraulics seem a little weak for some reason. Oh, that's slow going up, but there we go. Something's rattling kind of funny there. I think I missed a bolt on the hood, must be off or something. The hood's all loose. I know I got that undone on the other side, but I only used this guy once and I stole the seat. Hey, look, spider. Yeah, you know it's getting warm out when the wildlife's coming alive. I had to steal the seat for this guy. I'll run this around for a little bit, let the battery charge up a bit. I got a little bit of snow in some places still. I don't even think I walked this once this year. I never plowed it. Hey, I got a tree falling down. What the hell? Got a bunch of trees planted in there. A little bit of snow back there from blowing. Yeah, which way? I'll go this way. Lots of snow was still there, I guess. Whew. Almost slid off the seat a little bit there. That would have been bad. Well, some of these trees are hanging down pretty good. The deer took down the garden fence, half of it this winter. I see that. Wow. I got back up a bit. That's more than half of it. Wow, there's quite a few poles that got shattered. Yeah, that 1, 2, 3, 4 poles that are broken. That's not good. Call that charged up good enough. That guy has been doing pretty good. Yeah, looks like it's almost half empty. Looks like some birds have been eating it. And as for firewood, the door might have fell off during winter. But that's how much firewood we have. That's not too bad. That's oak, what's left for oak, and that's just, what was it, birch? Yeah. So, yeah, that's not too bad. Definitely need to clean that out there, otherwise Mr. Squirrel's going to make his nest real quick. Okay, now I got some room at least to work around in here. I got light bulbs to change because all 4 of those top light bulbs are dead. So they were just cheap ones that I bought locally. Hey, look at that big spider. You guys see him? Woo! Wow, that spider was fast. Mr. Wolfie there wanted to come down like bat out of hell. Super quick. Everything's waking up today. Well, I'm going to start with this brush. I already had that running, but kind of want to try it. See how much it's going to take to start. See if I can let you guys sit somewhere. I think that'll get a good enough view. Looks like it's still recording. And how many poles? Chinese brush. Yeah. I guess it's a little damp. Okay, so that is going to be full choke. And this is going to be on. And if I do it right, probably 3 poles. Is this even in view? Now I can turn off the choke halfway. Not bad. Oh, it's going to get dusty real quick. Oh, that should work good in here. Oh, that ducked out nicely. Well, that started up easy enough. Yeah, that might work in here pretty good. I kind of think I want to change it to the pulling mode so it shoots it over my feet, because that's kind of hard on the back. Oh, that's a nice rocky solid surface now. It's all nice and loose. Again, this ground, what's happening is it's getting very fine, and if I want to level the ground, I have to be able to move it. So that's the same with certain spots in the yard. If I don't want to take the loader and I just want to level stuff, that should work out good. Because I do got high and low spots. And will I put a cement pad in here? To be honest, not right now. Maybe later. But that actually worked not bad. Huh. But now it's not very level. And dust-wise, most of it went out the door. So that's not bad. It was a little wet there still, from the tractor being parked. Same with all the water back here. So, but that's because there's no door frame in between there, no concrete, so it just comes right in. Okay, well, what do I start next? Post a log, or what can I do? I'll go hole in the middle of the floor? Probably not. We'll see. Okay, so this should be my, yep, this is the rock slash jackhammer slash powered shovel, I guess. The reason I call it a powered shovel, and they call it a powered shovel, is because it comes with a heavy, that's very heavy, shovel attachment. Well, if you guys ever looked at the price of a clay buster attachment like this for like brand name, this alone is $150 or more. I paid less than $100 for this entire thing, but that's because the $90 off credit, the Temu Circle deal, everything else. So yeah, it was cheap. I also have a proper jackhammer bit coming because it doesn't come with one. I mean, I'd be very pissed off if I found one in this box somewhere, but you can see it's not included. It's missing. And if you look, so is that size. So it only comes with the one bit. That's why they're selling it cheaper. And you can see it's a gasoline jackhammer. And I don't think this thing was 52cc. I really can't remember the size of the engine, but it was cheap. And, ooh, free funnel. I mean, I literally just bought 40 funnels, but that's not a joke. Literally 40 funnels. Ooh, I got like 8 of these now. Toolkit. Ooh, looks like that got a little bit smushed slash moldy. I don't know. Okay. I have not opened this guy out of the box yet. Wow, I thought that would be almost a plastic cover, but that's solid metal. So I'm going to have to put my phone down because I do not have a tripod out here. Well, so this is the 52cc, according to the tag, which for some reason I don't think I bought the 52cc, so I'm going to call that a bonus. Now this engine, to get this engine off, it looks like way more of a hassle than anything else. Looks like this whole box has to come apart. Nice kill button. Throttle does not have a return spring, but I guess that would be okay. It's all floppy and loose, ready to fall off by the looks of it. The kill switch is loose. The whole bolt nut is loose there. That has to be tightened up. The wiring was damn near unplugged right there. But that's stuff to be expected during shipping. Handles are kind of loose. I'm just digging into the styrofoam with it. But yeah. Oh, she's sinking. She's following through. It's not even jackhammering yet and it's digging. Okay, well, this might be a little bit of a interesting time using this guy. Now, this engine with the one screw there does not match those guys, does it? Nope, that's straight. That's not. That's close to that one. Huh. All of these, so I got 4 52cc engines and they're all slightly different. Well, I mean, most of the parts are going to be interchangeable. This one has a spark plug hole going out the side. It should be enough that I can keep these tools going forever unless something internally happens. But, you know, I've been watching some videos on some of this stuff and it seems like this guy is pretty rock solid. So, besides the fact that that screw is clearly very loose and ready to fall out. Ooh, it's also oiled up for some reason. Wow, that bit's made way heavier than I was expecting. It's fully welded all the way across the bottom. And, you know, that's actually pretty damn thick. That's way thicker than a standard shovel. Yeah, that should work. And, there goes my door closer. Anyway, I think I better have that on there when I start her up. It might be the best idea. Now, before I start this guy up, I guess I got to make sure that the kill switch is actually hooked up proper. Make sure these are going to work. Make sure the throttle is actually moving the butterfly. Oh, it is, okay. Because it would suck for this thing to be stuck on full throttle and not be able to shut it off. That'd make a hell of a video. Well, this is actually very simple. Oh, you got to push and turn this guy, and your bit comes out. And bit's locked. Yeah, so some people were commenting or online talking about the oil for this machine, and it actually says check screws after every use. Well, it makes sense. This thing is probably going to be pretty loud and pretty aggressive, so it makes sense that after every use you would check all your screws and everything. That's where your crankcase oil would go. Now I'm going to fire it up quickly and give it a test. I'm not going to check this because there's going to be something in there, right? You think they would have a sticker that says, you know, add oil before use? So, yeah. It says check it, not, you know, add it. So I'm going to guess there's something in here. Now this being plastic, this top lid here, I don't know if that's just for protection for the gas tank, or if that's actual plastic all the way. So again, this was kind of an impulse buy. I don't really need it, but it's handy to have. Like I got the SDS Plus, SDS Max, and a big electric one like this my dad has. That was my grandpa's. So a gas one would be handy for if I buy property in the future, which I do plan to buy, where I need it. Right now, I don't need this. But electric one is only good for about 100 feet on an extension cord at the most, and that's a thick ass, what, 10-2 extension cord. So at the same time, this guy could just go anywhere. And the ground's still pretty frozen, I'm guessing, but I don't know. I think I'm going to go spark it up. Am I going to read the manual first? No. And look at that, free screw. Oh, that was one of mine. Okay, well, let's pour some fuel in her and open the door and see what happens. And I'm going to say this is going to be the fuel I'm going to run in everything. 50 to 1, which technically this calls for, what did they originally call for on here? I think a 20 to 1 mix. This one I think said it. Because the tolerances on these guys, 25 to 1, yeah. So this engine, I poured a little bit of extra fuel into it, or a little bit extra oil into this guy. I don't want to contaminate my whole thing, and I threw away the last can. So I think what I'll do is just put a splash of oil. Yeah, I guess it really doesn't matter. This is going on like 7 years old. So what I'll do is I'll just put a little splash of this right into the can, just for break-in purposes, I guess. Okay, so I only put a little bit of gas in there. I'm hoping that's going to be enough to pick up. And I'm going to put the camera down, and this is going to take longer to start. The reason why I say that is normally on a weed whacker and stuff, I don't mind giving it full throttle and, you know, whipping the cord. On this guy, I don't know how it's going to react. So I'm not going to give it full throttle, and I'm just going to be a little more ginger, you can say, starting her up. And we'll see what happens. Maybe she'll run away on me. Maybe she'll be good. We'll see. And I have no idea how violent the whacks are going to be. I only quickly seen videos on these guys. Why is that? Okay, so that's the throttle. That's all the way on idle. That's on max. I'm going to put it quarter way out. And, okay. So choke on, which will keep it... Hey, wait a minute. There's no primer? Well, primer's right on bottom here. And I might have to add more gas. Oh no, I'm getting gas. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, let's see what happens. And she's stopped. Put the choke back on. Give it another prime. The choke is backwards. The choke's backwards. So on, off. Wait a minute. It dies, like, it seems like it's backwards. Yeah, it chokes backwards. The label. Actually, that works pretty good. That's actually pretty fun. That actually seems like it's pretty good, but yeah. I don't know. That says on. Well, wouldn't that mean choke on down? Because you do this, that's choke on. So yeah, that is backwards in my opinion. Oh wait, the starting instructions here. Ah, okay, well, that makes a pretty good stand. I think I could do this. Just want to make sure the kill switch worked, but yeah, that was pretty hard ground, and that had no problem hammering in. Huh. Well, right now, the only thing I could see using this guy for, so I want to trench from the back of the house up to the fire pit, but I don't want to use the loader. So with this, I could cut on an angle both sides of the sod and lift it up, put my cable underneath for my landscape wiring, and then put it back. So still need to break this guy in because, you know, Chinesium. But yeah, that's kind of interesting. Is it still tight enough? Yeah. I was thinking I'm going to need to build some way to hold this guy up, but I guess I don't really need to. Now that clutch engagement, yeah, that's actually not bad. I want to find somewhere to go play with it, but I don't have anywhere to go play with it right now. Huh. I can see one thing, it's great for breaking up ice. And I'm glad that the throttle stays where you put it. If it had a spring, that would be bad. No idea if this is going to see anything. Not really. Hello, right in here. Okay, well that will hold it kind of. I don't know how much of that was actually in video, but kind of hurts the arms after a while. Not used to that, but it is breaking this up nicely. And I mean, probably 4 inches of ice almost here, 3 to 4 inches. So, hey, I mean, that's not bad. I don't need to break any of this up. It can just melt on its own, but, oh. Hey, there's something I could try once I get my jackhammer bit. I got that old fence post I put in there. Yeah, it has to be broken up to haul it to the dump. Oh. Well, I'm not going to run this any more than this, because I don't know how much oil's in this gear case, and I don't want to blow it up. Yeah, even here they say about the choke. It's so yeah, they must have changed it for whatever reason. So, but it makes sense being down would be off. Otherwise, the vibration could, you know what I mean? So it's better the way they have it set up where down is off. So that is definitely 100% better. And these ones, I don't know which way it is, but yeah. Because if you look here, even here they show that down is on, according to this image here. So, well, that's interesting. So, must be something that they changed. And I always quickly look through here because parts diagrams, which is useless here because where's the image that goes with it? You see that? They have a parts diagram, but there's no image that goes with that parts diagram. Within 100 working hours. Oh, look at this. They do show 25, or no, 30 to 1 after. So, yeah, well, I'm pretty close to that, I think, with what I mixed in there. So, yeah, this is no good for any parts diagram. Again, that's upside down on mine. But other than that, that could go right in the garbage. Because don't need that. Because, it doesn't really tell you anything, that user manual, that I need to know. It doesn't even tell you about changing the oil. Like, what the frig? The oil in the crankcase. But I know I am going to have to pull that plug and verify that there's oil in it before I use it for a long time. Because it makes sense they would ship with no oil. But you think they would have a tag on there that says, hey, maybe you should add oil. Well, wait a minute. Nope. I was going to say time for the next one, but the next one's still sitting outside. Throw this back in here, and this can all go straight to the dump. Oh, my arms are still a little rubbery. I might have played around with it a little bit more off camera than I'm showing there. But yeah, arms are a little rubbery. Hey, look, I even got this shirt from Temu. Not the pants. But wait, I did get pants. I'm just not wearing them. And socks and everything else. But yeah, I got 12 shirts that are pretty decent for like 40 bucks. Now this guy, and it's worth more, but this guy I already opened the top here because the box has got kind of broken up in shipping. It comes UPS. I gotta sneeze. So I wanted to make sure nothing was damaged. That's the only reason I opened it. And something sounded rattly, but it's the cups. So does anyone know what this guy is? Big flopper dinghy in that one. And then this one's solid. And wow, is that heavy? That's a big chunk of steel. So this is a pile driver, or kind of. Uh-oh, almost dropped my smoke. Static. Okay, so this basically hammers T-post in the ground, chain link fencing in the ground, and some people even use it to hammer wood poles into the ground, but I can't see that being possible. So the idea is I am going to get a smaller bit for that guy, probably a 2-inch, drill first with that, and then use this to hammer probably chain link fence poles, because I got to redo the dog run. But somewhere underneath the dog run I got power wires coming to the house and stuff, and I also got to redo the garden clearly because the deer are knocking down that fence. So the post hole auger is definitely going to be handy. The shovel, probably not. But this guy, yeah, maybe. And it worked out that I paid $100 for this guy. It was regular $200. But I had a $90 credit from buying that. So the way it works out is I paid $100 for this because I had a $90 credit. Then they gave me back $90, plus they give me back the 10% on the Temu Circle thing, which ended up being, I think, 20 bucks. So then they gave me additional $90 credit. So really, this was kind of a never-ending, like, pay $20 a machine. Like this guy here, I had to make the order over $139. So this guy was $139 that I bought. They gave me a $90 credit. Then I got back another $13 from the Temu Circle. So what did it cost me? 20 bucks? This thing, a little bit more. That brush cutter there, that came with the chainsaw and everything, I was into that for I think $50, and I just got a price match of $45 back for it. So they paid me to buy that. It's like, I don't know. So I opened the box up to here at my dad's house because I get all this stuff shipped here or shipped there. I don't even think I'm going to open these anymore because I got more than I know what to do with. Instructions. Well, I mean, it's probably going to be as useful as that last one, but see, they're going to have a parts list. Oh, look at this. This one actually has a proper parts list that shows the internal. Wait a minute. That's bullshit. That's only for the engine. I don't care about the engine. I mean, that's not a big deal. There we go. Right. That's not the engine. Okay, so it does have some stuff, but I mean, most of this stuff it's telling you is protective handle right. Well, there's no parts numbers that you could really look up. And even if I would contact the company that sold this to me, they would probably say, I don't know. So realistically, this is kind of useless. It's a 32.7 cc, so if I search 32 cc, I'd find stuff. Impact frequency, well, that's actually quite a few beats per minute. Impact energy is 20 to 45 joules. Huh. Well, I got this on my video, so if I ever need to look back, I got some information here. I don't need any of the maintenance stuff because I'm not going to be putting on the so-called hundreds of hours that they rate this thing for. But realistically, if someone gets 10 hours out of this machine, 10 hours, they probably put in 1,000 poles. No. I bet you this thing you can hammer in a pole every maybe 2-3 minutes. Well, yeah, that's going to be quite a few poles. So 400 or 500 poles. It's hard to say. It depends on the ground. But simple on and off switch. Why don't they just have the push and hold buttons? You know, like on and off switches like that. That is really going to screw people around. Wow, that is a tiny motor. Yeah, but why don't they just have like push to shut off? But I mean, it is nicely built in there. But again, this is like a standard rocker switch. Is that even rated to get wet? Here's where you check the oil on this guy. Wow, that is light. It's actually pretty damn small. And look, it has all the information right on there. But wow. You know, the one thing I'm after 36 hours, please remove the air filter and sponge. Yeah. 36 hours, hey? I mean, there might be professional fence builders that actually have got that kind of time out of this guy, but I don't know. I guess only time will tell. It'll be a while before I make a proper review video on this guy because I don't really have anything to test it on. I mean, yeah, I can hammer a chunk of rebar in the ground, but I mean, I got sand. That's literally, I can hammer that in with my left hand with a little mini sledgehammer, no problem, into the ground. So this guy, that's kind of loose. There's no way to really, from what I can see, like, if this is a long pole, you got to stand on a ladder or a back of a truck tailgate, I guess, to use it, because there's no extension handles available. But I was looking here, this handle could be flipped upside down, which would bring this top handle down to here. This one, well, it has nowhere to really strap to, so, well, I think it would probably be okay to dry fire this guy. It just won't hammer if there's no pressure, probably like the jackhammer. It won't actually hammer anything if there's no pressure on it. But at least I could verify the engine runs before, you know, I can't return it. I wouldn't return it anyway. The engine could be blowing up. I'm going to keep it. It virtually was free in my opinion. Well, there goes my styrofoam. I'm going to have to build hooks or something and hang these guys somewhere because they might literally sit for 5 years before I have use for them. Probably drain the fuel out, even though that fuel I have left and stuff for 10 years and it fired right up. It's designed to last 5 or 10 years, so, but yeah, I'll still drain it out, probably put in fresh. For some reason, I prefer to store stuff with fuel in them than dry. And I'm talking canned fuel, not normal fuel, because that would be horrible. Well, the sticker is about to fall off, so I took my knife and wrote on, off, to match what they had, on, off, because you see the sticker is falling off, right? So I'm like, okay, well, the pictures, on shows the choke open, off shows the choke closed. So yeah, this is choke on, and that is choke off. I just pulled off the cover and verified. So what they must be showing here is to turn the engine off, that because, you know, you could choke an engine, it's going to shut it down, right? That could be possibly why they did that. You know, this actual throttle control and these handle grips here, you know, it's pretty decent. The only thing I would like to see on here, like I said, is instead of an on and off button that everyone has the problem, like what's on, what's off kind of thing, just a push button. A simple push button. And zip ties that aren't razor sharp that someone forgot to cut or melt the tip on them, because, yeah, that kind of would suck. And really, this machine, actually, like the actual head of it, the hammer, everything seems to be very... Oop, I'm shocked myself. Everything seems to be very well built. Don't drip on my hand. So, but the hammer, if I could do it, you can see it's just a very basic hammer. So there should be no reason dry firing it, you could say, because if there's nothing for it to hit, it should just kind of vibrate and it'll probably just free float. You'll probably not even hear any hammering noises. So, well, I also noticed this handle here never goes tight. I mean, I got that as tight as I'm going to get it, but it kind of makes sense that you would want to rotate it slightly as you're using it, right? Because you can adjust it from up and down. So I guess maybe that's normal. But yeah, that's not going any tighter. So, but I mean, I could easily, if I needed to, take that off and add some stuff underneath it. This engine is super easy to remove, just 4 bolts. And I could put a 4-stroke GX35 engine on it, because same idea, 4-bolt pattern. So this clutch in this engine, I could probably take a 52cc and throw it on this little hammer if I wanted to. Now, they do have a bigger version of this, with the dual handles, one on each side, that you can actually grab sideways and you can get the extensions for it. It's on sale for $179. If I get another $90 credit, I'm going to buy that one because I don't need it, and I don't know, I kind of want it for whatever reason. Hoard some Chinese engines, and one day I might actually use them. Thing is, I could always sell them if I need to. But the way I think of it, if I had to go rent one of these, it would suck. The post hole auger, fuck, I've been looking at one of those forever, but this isn't the cheapest because of the Vivor or whatever brand you want to call it. This guy actually cost $280. So, and after that, I found out that they were on sale on their actual website for $229. But at the same time, I ended up getting a $90 credit, plus I got my 10% back, plus I got a $10 bonus for, I guess, kind of complaining slightly. So really, realistically, I guess it's not bad. I still ended up getting it cheaper than ordering it through their website, and so it's not that bad. And the only thing I don't like is that throttle control. You know, I already know that's going to snap off on that guy. But again, it came with a spare one, so they must know it's a common issue. Well, I'll pour some fuel in this guy and we'll see if she hammers. Okay, so my phone is at 17% power. So I'm going to have to be quick with this one, and guess I will put it in wide field, and I'll stick you back up on here and hope you guys can see something. I mean, I'm going to try to hold it up a little bit higher. I just poured in a little bit of fuel, and that's non-position, no gas yet. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that is going to be full choke. And here's the throttle. Hey, the exhaust goes right up into your face. Is that even in view? I hope so. The exhaust goes right up into your face. So that's telling you that you're meant to stand like this using it. So. No idea what was in view there, but yeah, she's not revving up all the way, but it's, you know, it's still new. That's from me filling gas. Wow, that's kind of cool. You don't really see it because I'm on a soft box, but if I do it on the work table, everything's going to go flying. I don't want to do it on the workbench. I don't want to do it on the hard ground either. Do it on a stump. It's funny, it takes a while to slowly rev up. Well, I can tell you one thing, if I put a wedge on this, I can use this thing to split firewood. It's like a little mini hammer. That's it. Okay. And it will not hammer if there's no weight pushing on it, so that's good. Well, seems like this thing's running good. Let it run a few more seconds. I like that. It's actually not that heavy either. Kill switch works. It's like a little mini hammer. I wonder what I could switch this thing to do. So I got a vibrator, I got a miniature hammer, and then I got a heavy hitting hammer. One of each type. And again, I want to make a rock screener to get all the sand out of here. Same with the ground here. So I'm going to use this old white thing here. I'm going to build a little box to go inside it with like a chain link heavy mesh, smaller mesh fence. And I'm going to dump gravel into it with the loader, and I need something to vibrate the inner tray to sort the material. So I don't think this is going to have enough power. That will probably have enough power for shaking it slightly, but then I need something to really hit it. And I don't know if that's going to be able to do it because it's kind of aiming in the wrong direction. But this guy might. And it would only have to go like probably about that kind of RPM, but I do want 4-stroke engines, so that's why I want stuff to be compatible. I'm going to call this not broken in, but I'm going to call that guy runs good. I'll just knock the sand off my shoe, do another quick start. Help if I turn it on. Yeah, on position. Wow, that guy actually turns over real easy, real slow. Look at all the sand that came off my shoe. I want to beat the shit out of something with it, but I don't really have anything. Okay, I don't really want to get dirt in the end of that, so knock the sand I just put back on there off, and yeah, that's actually kind of a cool tool. I think that is worth it, and it might be 6 months before you see the full video of actually trying to hammer something in the ground, but I got that piece of conduit there, and I do got rebar chunks, and I mean, that's a broken crowbar. That's a bent pole that we bent pulling out sidewalk blocks a long time ago. You don't really have anything to hammer in the ground. I do want to try it, but that's a dry shaft. Don't want to use that. Yeah, I don't see anything. Okay, well, hey, it runs, and I've seen videos of people using it for chain link fence poles. Hey, I got chain link fence poles in the back. They're way bigger than those cups. I don't think I have any small sizes. I lied. Look at this. That's not conduit. That's a chain link fence pole. Hey. Well, again, to see if I need to use it to hammer that in, look how high I would have to hold the machine. Well, I do not want to hammer that in yet. I want to make sure I got a place that I can hammer it in. Hey, you can see why I sold the seat off the Sears, because the one under Boland's My fat ass, yeah, kind of blew out the rust. Stupid thing is, that seat was still in coverable shape. So I definitely need seats. Now, I'm going to kick this guy outside and leaked a couple drops of oil. And haven't had it running since fall time. And my plans for the winter was to fix the hood and a few other things. But yes, I might have actually bought a new fridge for my house. A Samsung, fancy. Yeah, I was using mini fridges for almost 3 years at the house. 2 mini fridges because I was too cheap to buy a fridge, but... Okay. Now, am I going to have to boost it? Should I check for mice? Nah. We'll just see. Wait a minute. The choke's not even hooked up anymore on this thing, is it? I'll at least remove the hood. And choke. Yeah, okay. That should be on. Throttle's down. It always loses prime. Wow, that was almost not going to start. Yeah, she always loses her prime. Every time. That battery was almost dead. 258 hours on this engine only. Low hours. Still runs nice. I don't know if I'm going to keep this engine on this tractor, so... Now, I guess I could sit on something. I have a piece of styrofoam here somewhere that's covered in duct tape. I got that styrofoam, but no duct tape. I'm not going to chance sit it on a seat and I'll bolt it on. I figured that out the hard way once. Wait a minute. That means that tire must be flat. Oh yeah. Okay, well I'm going to have to fix one tire and fill up one tire. Well, you guys seen it started up no problem. Moving it out so I can do some work in here. Lots of shit to clean up. Well, now this is kind of amazing. That still shows I have air in there. I never had that compressor going all winter. All winter. And it still has air? Wow. I thought for sure I would have lost all of that air out of there. And look how cracked up this hose is. Yeah. Well, I mean, can't go wrong with that. I was going to throw this hose away 4 years ago because it was cracked up like that. Or I guess 3 years ago when I built the garage. Glad I kept it. It's been holding up good. Well, I definitely better cover this fuel gauge. I have no bubble dome on there, and if it rains, it's going to get filled with water, so definitely want to do that. Well, yeah, I still got one more box to open. But, you know, that one's going to blow, so I'm not too big of a hurry to do that. And what started all those gas engines buying it is I seen the broom. Yes. So you can see all the sand up here and dirt. Well, every winter when I blow snow, I cover the grass with it. And then grass doesn't want to grow. But at the same time, I don't know how much of this was grass. So all I can do is really pull it back and then maybe put some topsoil. But the line was meant to be right here, where the grass stops. Right up to this turn here. So realistically, I don't think I have to worry this year. There wasn't enough snow and I never blew enough dirt. Freaking beetle. Huh. Oh, the wildlife is up. Well, got a few more things here to move. The old Ryobi. So I was going to steal the handle off this one, but I decided I'd just order one instead to fit those blowers. But yeah, this thing has worked okay, but I mean, I had to drill to put in the big heavy duty line on it, and it's not real. It's not a straight shaft. You can see here that this is bent pretty good right here. You can see. So it was on its way out, bending it from using the tiller on it. But the stupid thing is, that tiller that I have for the Ryobi is not going to fit these units. So I was thinking I could find another broom and maybe convert that over to take the tiller, but they don't sell the broom separately. They force you to buy it with the motor. So not that I found yet, but I'm sure I could find a site that has it. But yeah, you can see the water in this corner here, and man, I got a lot of cleanup to do. I made a mess before the winter and really didn't do anything out here this winter, so definitely need to go through stuff. So looks like one of my diesel engines down there possibly is leaking because that looks wet. So something down there is leaking. Okay, so I'm going to start this guy up for the first time, and we'll see how this guy goes. I'll get you to hang on to that. Give this a little shake. I think this guy called away for 40 to 1, or maybe it wasn't. But again, I mixed some extra oil into this 50 to 1, so I'm not running stuff very long, but see if I could do this without making a huge mess. Because I'm pretty sure for warranty or complaining purposes, that's what I just dumped the rest in. Nah, I'll keep splashing there. You never know when I need to prime something. Oh, that's the last of the fuel I have out here. Is that even going to be enough to start this guy up? We'll find out. Now, technically, I got that rubber plug underneath it. A little sloppy, but I guess that's what it's meant to be. Let me drill through that rubber plug. Okay, now, see if that's going to be enough fuel. Yep. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so... Okay, well, they sure make this a hassle. Ooh, that's springy. A little different. So, yeah, they make that a hassle that you kind of can't give it throttle when you're starting it. Might take an extra 3 pulls. I want to drill a hole. Dig it on in here. And it blows the hot air right into your face. But the exhaust at least is that way. That started up pretty easy at least. Looks like it's good to go. Now did I drill a hole? Yep, the blade went right through the rubber plug. Concrete blade on the bottom. But, you know, that's not bad. So I'm gonna order myself. They had bits for 45 bucks. That's smaller than this one because I think that's probably about 8 inches. Maybe 7 inches? I don't even know what size that is, but they got different bits for about 40 bucks a piece. One the size for chain link fence is like 35 bucks, so I'm going to get a few different sizes, see if it starts back up easy enough. Yep. I don't know if I like the springiness of this. It's like spring loaded like the fancy chainsaws. Like it takes only that much to start it. Oh, helps if I turn it back on. See, that's what I mean. Why can't that just be a push to start? Or push to stop? That rubber plug actually works good to stop it from drilling in. Oh. That guy's good to go.
That stinks.
Huh?
That stinks.
I mean, yeah, it's the gas engine. Of course, they're going to stink a little. Now I don't have enough fuel to start this up or those weed whackers. Huh. That kind of sucks. And it's already recording. Now, I'm not going to move anything because I have a feeling I'm going to have to boost it.
He says as he moves something.
What?
Nothing.
Oh, of course I always carry a spare key in my pocket. Yep. How much you want to bet the battery's dead?
I don't.
I forgot to unhook it this year. I was going to, but stone dead. Or I unhooked it, one of the two. What do you think? Did I unhook it or is it just battery frozen?
I bet you unhooked it.
Nope. It's hooked up. Oh, wait a minute. Well, it's in a run position. Nope, battery dead.
That little amp charger thing is in my Jeep.
You know something? If the battery is stone dead like this, that battery's garbage. We
Maybe.
just bought that battery last year, didn't we?
I don't know.
Well, it should not have died. That's worse than the last batteries, hey? Yeah, the battery's still definitely hooked up. Huh.
Just check, make sure the wiring's not broken. You didn't have a door on this thing all winter. It could have been a squirrel come in and chewed up your wires.
Now everything's good. Doesn't mean the main fuse is. If they'll put my multimeter on it, then I'll find out. But yeah, she's stone dead. Switch is on. It's in neutral. Park. Yep. But that
Used
sucks.
and abused, this poor girl.
Yeah, because see, every
You
other...
just want to take it out so you can fix her plastic with your new toy.
I might have picked up one of those plastic things, yeah. But here's the thing. The battery right now is stone dead. Every other winter, there is a little bit of juice. So this battery going stone dead like that either means it froze or there's something else wrong. But that looks a little rusty and dangerous. Wouldn't want to walk into that.
I leave stuff like that around just for you.
I noticed. Well, I actually found a receipt for that battery. So I got it in May. So I still got time to bring it back for warranty. And I know one thing, if a battery goes below 5 volts, it probably froze during the winter. And I checked it, it was at like 4 volts. So the battery charger went to recon mode, which in my opinion, the battery's garbage. It sounds like it's charging now. Yeah, it's charging, but still. Let's see, 12.7, 12.6, huh? 12.5. Well, that battery might actually be good. 12.4. Huh. Well, I still don't like the fact that it dropped that low. You know, 12.3. It's been charging for a while, but it did have to do recon mode. I mean, it's under warranty. It should not have dropped. Once a battery drops like that, it's never going to be the same. It'll never handle the same, what's that, a 14 amp hour battery? Probably only get 6 amp hours out of it. Hard to say. Well, I might as well see if it held any charge. Let's see. I'm not giving it choke. I'm out of gas. Well, the battery might actually be okay. We'll make sure she starts. Weird. I mean, it'll start, but I gotta pull the choke out just a tiny bit more. It never stays by itself. This little bit right there makes a huge difference. Now watch, I'll fire right up. Nope, I flooded it. Have to give it a bit of gas. To give it a bit of gas. Well, now do I go change the battery or do I keep it? I don't know. I kind of don't like the fact that it went down to 5 volts over the winter with this machine shut off. Every other battery I have ever had never dropped that low. Tells me there's something, like, I'm sure that it would have froze. Well, if I'm going to bring it in, gotta make sure the battery's low dead. It will not start if I don't give it a little bit of throttle. But with the choke it will. Ba-boof. just going to burn out my starter just to get a battery replaced. Note to self, and I already know this. Never bring in a battery that has charge. Always make sure it's low. Well, I go to feed the birds, and there was just a bird standing right there looking at me funny. And then I look over here, and there was just another one standing over here looking at me funny. Big four-legged birds. I don't know where they went. Huh. It's almost like they heard me putting out the bird food. Huh. Interesting. Yes, all the birds decided that they're going to come out for the spring. Yeah, I see all the birds. Hey, where'd they go? Tons of them there. And even more in the backyard. I mean, they're everywhere. All throughout the yard. And I'm just going to hope they're eating wood ticks, but there's so many in the back too. And the hoarder self I am. These were on the side of the road. Old crusty, rusty magnesium maybe. The clear coat's coming off. But very rusty rims. No idea what size they are, but they're 4-bolt, and this one's pretty bald. But, you know, has some air in it. But not sure what they are from. But I am kind of looking for a 4x100, and they do look small enough that this one has some air in it. Well, maybe I'll have 2 that hold air and 1 as a spare. So they might work for what I need, possibly. But for now, I'm just going to throw them in the junk pile with the million other tires I have, and decide on a later date. But I got an axle trailer over here that I can never remember if it's 4 or 6 lug. And it's 5 or 5 lug. Okay, that's 5 lug. So that's what I want to find axles or tires for, mostly. And then I got the trailer that I want to get bigger wheels on it. And then I got the dune buggy that right here that you can't really see it, but there's wheel adapters, and I want to find normal 4-bolt to kind of, I don't want it as wide, but I doubt that's going to fit the trailer. But this trailer here, either that trailer I want bigger wheels for, or this is 5. Okay, so this trailer here I'd like to get some bigger wheels for it, because it's just going to be an off-road trailer. So I got tons of other rims and tires in the hoard there, but if I find them for free, hey, I'll grab them. If they don't end up fitting anything, well, it end up back in the hoard. So I got 2 possibilities that they might fit. So we'll have to wait and see on that project. But okay, note to self, this is 5-bolt, and that's probably going to be the same as what's on my trailer right here, because this is like a torsion suspension, I guess, set up here, and make a nice little ATV trailer. That's kind of what I'm thinking, but I'm not going to spend the $250 a piece to buy rims and tires for it. Well, they are Honda rims. They're 14 5.5s, but they don't really say the bolt pattern anywhere, do they? No. But being a Honda rim, I should be able to take this information and kind of figure out what they fit. It's funny, this one here, the clear coat's not coming off. This one has a good tire. Huh. But that other one, they're coming off. Well, you know, worst case, I might even have a good set of tires. I'm talking trailer defenders. Because these two have, they're splitting a little bit, but I mean, just for a trailer, it might be good. This one's toast. But those 2 rims look in much better shape than that one. Well, here's the final piece of product that I got here, and 11 kilograms. That's all it really says in the SKU number, but long story short is it blows. And I think this one was advertised as a 65cc, and it was 98 bucks, and I got a $90 credit. So what did I really pay for it? 10 bucks? I guess so. Okay, I'm going to put in ultra wide. I'll get you to hang on to that. And another jerry can. This makes jerry can number
6.
Throw it into the box up here. I will probably never use those, but for the hell of it, I want to bring one to the gas station one day and fill it up. These might even be the right size to fit on the Husqvarna blower that I never use up there. I probably got this backwards. Those don't quite fit. Well, maybe they will. Nope, I probably got something backwards there. Who knows? We'll figure that out later. Has the rubber joint that would go beside you. A handle. Another handle. Or not really a handle. That's a handle for your throttle. Blower. Huh. Put that on my lawn chair. Yeah, right. It's going to protect my ass probably for about 2 minutes before I pop them all. There we go. That's fancy. Okay. So, this guy has some stuff rattling inside it. And the throttle is jammed into its exhaust pipe, or yeah, I guess that would be where it explodes there. And really, this controller is the main reason I bought this, because I could take this controller and add it to any one of the engines. And the fact that this is meant to be a bigger engine, model EB650. So I think this one was 65cc, big air horn, big air box, much bigger carburetor. It's a little stiff. And gas tank up here. So technically, if that gas tank ever leaks, it's shooting gas out of the flamethrower. Poke a couple holes in the gas tank and hold a torch on the end.
You're not.
Wow, that thing has some compression. Yeah, that thing has some pretty solid compression on it. But I'm out of fuel, and I'm not going to be starting her up right now. That's pretty solid. And I bet you leave that outside in the sun just one day and it's probably going to crack up. Big ass exhaust pipe on her. Doesn't even have a decibel rating on it anywhere like the others, but realistically the engine block almost is the same size, I think, as the 52cc's, but it's definitely a neat system. It is rubber isolated, and I bet you it blows pretty good. Again, kind of an impulse buy. But the recoil should be the same as the other one. The mufflers can maybe be modified. And I'm actually really surprised that the gas tank's not on the bottom. It's interesting that it's incorporated behind the rubber there. Well, this will probably be on a later video. Seeing if it blows. Revamping my deer / bird watching station. Winter was a little hard on it. Still continue working all winter, but that's what happens when you use a very low quality indoor cable outside and deer decide they want to trip on it, bump into it. Surprisingly, it still worked, which makes sense because you know, it's just a cheap crappy cable. But taking these guys down, Wise ISP from Uniview, crazy night vision, and I'm installing it, a dual lens. This guy retails for MSRP is over $2,000. Cost is a lot cheaper than that, but this was a non-working demo that I got working. So yeah, it's a dual lens. So you got the top lens here, which is wide angle, that will scan an object, and then it will send the command to the pan tilt zoom to increase the auto tracking capabilities of it. So I'm going to stick it up on the corner here and rearrange some things. This was a pre-production model that I had here of the Wise ISP. So that one's the 4 megapixel model, that's the 8 megapixel, and this is just a pan tilt zoom. So yeah, got some playing around to do. Well, those aren't going to work on a project I had in mind, but maybe I'll figure out another issue for them, or issue project. Volkswagen's 4x130. So I went to mounted this guy here and turned on auto tracking, and yeah, it does a pretty good job. It's not going to probably track me this close. Nope, that's way too close. It's zoomed in right now, so I would have just seen a big blur. But that camera is going to probably end up on the tower replacing that guy. That's kind of what I'm thinking, but just testing it there for now. I also got another pan tilt zoom with much higher zoom right there, and a few more in the back. But also deciding I'm going to probably end up putting one up on the tower here. So this side I was thinking of building a tower right here on the side of this roof, but it might end up going on the opposite side. Not too sure, but I'm talking like a 40-foot tower. So I'll have to wait and see. Was going to swap some other stuff, hold the ladder out, and then got lazy and decided to say nope, not this weekend.